Okay, so let's take a look at this Creative Project 1. So we're going to be creating a little media board app. You've done something similar to this earlier in the semester, but for this one, you're going to be creating it from scratch. So you'll have to find your own pictures, your own sound effects, and put it all together. So that's what I mean down here in this little section down here, where you've got to Google search things out, download them, upload them to your App Inventor project, just like you see with the media files here. So I'll show you this one. I'll kind of walk through it a little bit, and you kind of see this is one that a student did last semester. So Jacob put this together, and so I'm borrowing it for this example because I liked his graphics. So that was kind of fun, and the way he set it up. So really simple little table arrangement that he's got going on here. The if you're wondering how he got this particular font in there or how he got that to look this way. That's actually just something that he snipped from a website. So he went to a website that does different types of fonts and font creation, and he typed something in and then used the Windows snip tool to just snip it out, and then he uploaded this as a graphic. So this is actually an image file. That's not something he typed in. So he got it the way he wanted it, and then uploaded it, centered it as an image in here. So that's how he did that. And then if you see, I mean, there's really not too much to this. You can see one sound component in here, and that sound component we are going to adjust and play with, and you can do it different ways. In fact, let's go ahead and just take a look at that really quickly. So if we go over here to blocks, now we could set this up with a conditional block. We could use an if statement, set all of it up that way. We could do something really simple. I'll show you just something really simple, and then you can just to get you rolling if you're wondering about this. Hopefully by this point in the course, you're familiar enough to this that you understand. So if we were to take a look, for example, at the pig button, if I click on the pig button here, I'm going to use when pig button click because that's the piece that I want to use for that. As soon as someone presses on the little pig icon there, we're gonna do something. Okay. So what we needed to do is we need to set the sound component, and so I'm going to click here under sound, and I'm going to use this one, set sound to a particular source. Now for this one, I'm going to go ahead and drag a text piece over here so that I can give it the exact one that I want. Drag that in. And in here, you need to put in whatever the sound effect might be. Now, I can't remember specifically, so I'm just going to guess, and then we'll go back and check it here in a second. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure this is wrong because I think it was pig sound. But let's say it was pig.mp3. It's got to be exact. And remember, it is case sensitive, so that's a big deal. So if I put that in there, let me go ahead and go back over to the design view, and we'll see under my media files. These are all files that he downloaded, and you notice they've all been renamed and set up so that they're easy to use. So, and he was consistent with his naming, which makes a big deal if you've got some big long file name that you've uploaded with numbers and all sorts of stuff in it. It becomes a pain to do this. But I know that he labeled this pig sound. Okay, so I can go back over here to my blocks, and I'm going to say pig and sound here right before the period. So this is pigsound.mp3. Okay, and that's what I have in the quotes. So if someone clicks on the button, it's going to set the sound to that particular sound, right? So, and then the next thing we want to just really be able to do is go ahead and play that sound. So I'm going to click back on the sound piece right here. I'm going to come over and I'm just going to drag this block in and put it in there. So that's a very simple way of doing it. Again, I didn't use any conditional blocks or anything, so I just set it up that way. I mean, you could do it this way for the other three if you'd like, but or set it up in a block. It's up to you for how that works. Okay, I care more about your design and just making sure you can get it to work with this for this particular week. All right, so that's that piece in there. So anyway, come back over here, these little animal sounds and with the images in here. Of course, we have the old school. I put this in here specifically, maybe dating myself a little bit, but here we have a little old school. This is this is a media board, right, from a long time ago. You hold on to the handle and you drag this little piece out, the little string out of there, and it spins this around and lands on a certain one, makes a sound effect. So anyway, kind of a fun toy from my youth, I guess. But anyway, so it's kind of a fun project, and hopefully you enjoy it. You're going to be able to be a little bit creative because you get to choose the images that you would like to use. And again, I would highly recommend renaming them before you upload them, just so that you're consistent in here, and so you don't end up with all sorts of weird names and trying to figure it out on the next when you're setting up the blocks. So anyway, hopefully you will have fun with this one, and let me know if you have any questions.